The place is really hot, okay? The place is really hot. I was shocked at the amount of people.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time, thank you so much for joining us. As you can tell from the title, we're going to be looking at two major cities in Congo, which are Kinshasa, the capital, and Lubumbashi. I'll be giving you the pros and cons of each city and what I like about it. So please note that these are my own opinions, okay? Don't quote me on anything. These are just my own experiences and opinions. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start with Kinshasa. Let's start with the pros. What I noticed in Kinshasa is that there are a lot more things to do, a lot of places you can do for leisure, unlike Lubumbashi. So that, and one more thing that I noticed is that people are a lot more open in Kinshasa from the people I met or I came across. Another thing that I really liked in Kinshasa is the food, guys. Like, the African food is really good. It tastes fresh, the fish and the vegetables. I really loved the food. Good. There's just one restaurant that I went to that was really disappointing. But otherwise, my whole experience when it came to food in Kinshasa, absolutely amazing. I loved it. I think Kinshasa is more diverse with a lot of different cultures. Not that there aren't different cultures in Lubumbashi, but I feel like Kinshasa has a lot more, which is pretty cool, you know? Oh, one more thing. The last one is I noticed that there are a lot more buildings in Kinshasa, a lot of construction, new modern houses and buildings basically. So let's move on to the cons. The place is really hot, okay? The place is really hot. I was sweating all the damn time. Like, the place is really hot. The traffic in Kinshasa is terrible. And I mean terrible au vrai sens du mot, okay? It's terrible. You can literally leave the house happy. You get stuck in traffic. Like, oh my goodness, it's a nightmare. The traffic is a nightmare in Kinshasa, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's overpopulated and crowded.
I said what I said. It ain't changing over here.
When I first arrived in Kinshasa, I was shocked at the amount of people I saw. Like, I've never seen so many people in one place like that. Like, Kinshasa has a lot of people. I couldn't believe it.
I feel like I'm in the midst of Katrina mixed with a Georgia tornado all at once. It's crazy.
There's a lot of people on the road. There's a lot of people everywhere. Yeah, so I think it's overpopulated and just overcrowded everywhere. From what I've been told, Kinshasa is a lot more expensive than Lubumbashi. That's one thing. And the other thing is, I felt like it was really hard to get around. Like, you need effort to do everything. Like, it's not smooth.
Let me breathe. Let me see if my therapist is on speed dial. You know, whatever I can do to try to keep Nay from coming out.
Like, to move from one place to the other, it just takes a lot of time, a lot of chaos. You'll get stuck in traffic. It's not like, I just felt like you need a lot of energy to be moving around, to do things in Kinshasa. Like, it's just not smooth. It was just hard to get around. One more thing, it's a lot less clean than Lubumbashi, for lack of a better word. So yeah, let's move on to Lubumbashi. Before we move on, if you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out, guys. So yeah, let's move on to Lubumbashi. With Lubumbashi, we're gonna start with the cons, then the pros. Let's begin. I feel like people are not as open in Lubumbashi like in Kinshasa.
Okay? I said what I said.
Just from my observation and my little experience of being here for just a little over a year, there are less fun things to do compared to Kinshasa.
Well, I mean, that's something you have to give somebody a moment to think about, right? Yeah, I mean, that's like...
There isn't much to do in Lubumbashi. You basically create your own fun. Moving on to the pros, it's a lot more cleaner. Definitely, Lubumbashi is a lot more cleaner than Kinshasa. It's a lot more quiet compared to Kinshasa, so you might easily get used to it. It wouldn't be much of a shock as if you are going to Kinshasa for the first time. The weather's not as hot as Kinshasa, so it's a lot manageable. The weather's a lot manageable in Lubumbashi. Traffic isn't as bad, so it's a lot better. You can easily move around. You can easily move from point A to point B. It's not as a struggle as Kinshasa, so that's a lot better. Okay, so Lubumbashi is more for people that like peace and quiet, chilled, laid back kind of people. That's what Lubumbashi is for you. Kinshasa is more for people that like l'ambiance, you know, they want to live and they don't really mind the chaos of the country. Then Kinshasa is for you. Okay, so for me, between Kinshasa and Congo,
You're funny.
and for me, between Kinshasa and Lubumbashi, I actually like them both for different reasons. Kinshasa because there's a lot more things to do. It's a lot more lively, so I really like that about Kinshasa. And I just like the keen vibe to a certain extent. So yeah, that's what I kind of like about it. And Lubumbashi, I really like it because it's peaceful and chilled most times, and you can easily get around. You don't have to stress about this traffic, but it's not as bad as Kinshasa, so you don't really have to stress about it like that. You can easily get around. I really like that about Lubumbashi. You can move from point A to B without a headache, without so much hassle. So yeah, so we are at the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned a thing or two, please do consider subscribing, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys.